Whatever.
Hey, yes, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Tanya?
I am good, thank you. So let me tell you, this is my first dinner at the table in like 5 days. I don't know if you can hear. I'm just getting over a cold.
Yeah, I can hear it. You're not too bad, but I can hear something a little stuffy happening.
Yeah, so I can breathe good. I can taste good. Thankfully, we'll get into that. It's just kind of my ears are a bit blocked or whatever. So I'm so happy I didn't have to miss this because, hello, this is like one of our wild cards where we talk about and surprise each other with comfort foods that we are obsessed with.
Fun.
I know. I'm so excited. Do you want to hear about my comfort food?
100%. Because it looks like it's fries.
Oh, it is fries and it is steaming. I don't know if you can see that. So, comfort food for me, one of, obviously, is a big old box of poutine. Okay. Like,
yep.
I lived off of that for so long. Like, I remember too, fries and gravy in a box. I don't know if you had this in high school. Like at the calf, my mom would pack me a good lunch. And I think fries and gravy back in the day, without aging myself, was like $2, like a toonie. And every freaking day I would get crinkle cut fries and like this curded, probably beef ass processed gravy every day. And then when I found out you could add cheese to that, game over, man.
Watch out.
Watch out. So anyways, fast forward to today. As we know, Yaz, as you know as well, in what you do, like our tastes change because our priorities change, as we grow and, our focus on health, natural health, but we're still human. Like I am still a human being that says, get me a poutine, get it for me now, right?
I totally get it.
So why not make it over? Especially when I'm just coming off of a cold where my immune system needs nutrition the most. So there's tons of places you can get a vegan poutine, which is great. But I think we've touched upon this before. Vegan food, just because it's vegan doesn't mean it's healthy.
Yes,
right?
It's true. Yeah.
So instead of hitting the DT, the drive-through, to get a vegan poutine when I'm not at my best, I wanted it. I needed that comfort because I have a cold and I'm a drama queen when I have a cold, as you know.
Yeah, I can be a big baby too.
And this is how I made it. So, well, this isn't the loveliest of example, but it's covered in gravy. Look at these fries from my air fryer.
Yum. They look decadent.
There goes an onion. So I simply literally took 2 seconds, cut up an organic potato, left the skin on, washed it good, skin is good, tossed it with like a teaspoon of avocado oil, heat stable fat, peeps. Do not air fry, do not fry anything with olive oil, delicate oils, no. So tossed it with that, a little pinch of pink salt, because salt, and also like 80 trace minerals for my bod. And while that was cooking, in the pan, I put this Green Goddess halloumi cheese. Look at that. Like, look at the texture of that.
Oh my gosh, it kind of looks like a cheese curd.
Right? So I literally cubed it, and like the texture is on point. I cubed it. I threw it in a ceramic pan with some onion and with some green peas, and I let that simmer. I'm going to not lie. The gravy, I wouldn't have done this all today because I'm still not 100%. I had it pre-made, but this is the reason I do smart meal prep. So it is a mushroom gravy that I did make myself, but I make in batches so I could pull it from the freezer and just heat it up in a pot. So that's what I did at the same time. So then when my fries were done, oops, making a mess. I literally layered my fries. I don't want to spill this all over, with the mixture from the frying pan, which is the onions, which are going to be amazing for me right now. The Green Goddess vegan halloumi and the green peas, and I added the mushroom gravy. Girl, like, we're good to go.
Yeah, that looks so good. My mouth is watering just looking at it. Oh my God, I do love poutine a lot. And totally remember poutine at school in high school and getting that and just, it was so
after the bars, soak up some of the alcohol, that was my thing after the bars,
Right, 100%. Oh my God. Greasy food after a night of drinking, I get it.
And then, like, if I had gone through the drive-through, let's be real, the fries would have been deep fried in some crazy ass mixture of oils, which, we're not going to get into right now because, I can talk about oils for like 20 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. The fries themselves, I guarantee you it's not organic potatoes and sea salt, pink salt, sea salt or pink salt. Not that. Guys, Google now if you want to Google some of the fries that you're eating at fast food places. I'm going to let you know it's not just potatoes. Can you imagine what's in like store-bought like vegan gravies? I don't even tell you. Can you imagine? I can tell you like the preservatives that are in there. Do you know that so many gravies use caramel coloring to make it browner, and that caramel coloring is a carcinogen?
Right. Yeah. It's true. It's true. Oh, I get it. Totally. Yeah.
And then we've talked about the cheeses before. I'm very honest. I eat plant-based 99.9% of the time. I do splurge on a good cheese now and then, not a fast food cheese curd. That is not the kind of cheese. Can you imagine the inflammation right now with all this like extra snot I'm clearing out with if I added some cheese to that equation today for me?
It would set you back a couple of days for sure.
And I don't want to do that because I would like to keep moving forward. So case in point, I got my poutine. It doesn't have to be from the drive-through full of chemicals, and it can actually have healing components, the onions, the peas, the gravy I make from mushrooms. I put so much garlic in there, nutritional yeast. So there's some good stuff for the gravy as well. So I'm very excited for this compromise, and I'm very excited to eat it and taste it and have it comfort me, because emotional food is important. You know that.
Totally. Yeah, totally. And it's probably a good segue to get into what I have for comfort food.
I've been eyeing your goal.
Right. So thanks for sharing yours. I mean, eat, enjoy. It looks so good. And I'll chat about what I've got.
Yes.
So, for me, there's so many comfort foods, I feel like, and we were even covering a bunch of the comfort foods I love, like tacos and burgers and pizza. But I was thinking, getting ready for today's get together, I was like, what is a comfort food that is like really comforting for me? And it is Kraft Dinner. Kraft Dinner, I think it was the first thing I ever like learned to make, to be honest. And so, so I've got Kraft Dinner and a salad here. And taking myself back, like I say, it was one of the first things I learned how to make, if I was hungry after school or just, wanting to have some comfort, like today where it's kind of like a dreary, rainy day and, starting to get cold and I just want some carbs. So anybody with insulin resistance can like get that, or just, general carbs make you feel good. So instead of having like the most processed Kraft Dinner rounds, I'm going with Annie's. Mm-hmm. So probably, people have seen this in the health food section, and it is made with better ingredients. It's still not like quite like what you're eating today, where it's, pretty much completely good nutrition. So, some bad ingredients in there. But it's still giving me something I want, so I don't go and overeat a whole bunch of others or go through the drive-through. This will save me from going through a drive-through and you got a thing.
Can I also say, at the start when you said I made Kraft Dinner and salad, for a moment I was like, Yas made Kraft Dinner, like actual like KD. But then when you said Annie's, I was like, oh yeah, of course, So you said it can save you from the drive-through overeating later. It can also save you from using that other box, because this is a huge step up. This is amazing.
Yeah. Like this, I don't even miss the old stuff. Like this for me totally tastes like that. And this is the one that is like their regular classic. They also have gluten-free. So they even have ones that could be a bit healthier, made with rice pasta. So, I mean, once in a while you're going to have some white rice pasta. It's fine. So for me, the compromise is to pair it with some kind of vegetable. So today I made a salad. It's got hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds. It's got a sesame seed homemade dressing that I made. It's also super yummy, and it's going to balance the carbohydrates here so that my blood sugar doesn't like whoosh, totally go crazy high. And then I have a crash. The salad's going to even me out. And then I know, I'm getting some of that comfort food. So, I don't say binge later and eat, stuff I really don't want to be eating. And I'm still getting some healthy nutrition in here. So for me, it balances it out, and I can have something I really enjoy.
I love it. And I love that you've said this word so many times, balance. I talk about it all the time as well. Balance. I eat the way that I feel, right eating, whole foods 99% of the time, let's say. And then I have a bag of chips. And I make that knowing because why? Balance.
Yeah.
Right? And then I think you brought up a really good point as well. It made me sad for 1 second when you're like, it's not as nutrient dense as your food. I'm like, no, let's remember black and white, it doesn't exist. And I talk about this a lot in my community because I do so many brand reviews. There are so many shades of gray in the middle. So you can have let's not even talk about food. Let's talk about face cream. You can have a cream of the crop face cream, okay? That is like the most organic, everything. Like it is just like magic on your face, all right? We don't all need to be jumping to that one right now. Then on this end of the spectrum, you can have the shittiest ones that I used to put on my face my whole teenage life. I'm not going to name brands. It doesn't matter. That are all chemicals. But don't forget, there are 100 in between. And just because you don't go from here to here and you decide to dial it to here, that is freaking amazing. So like your Annie's is freaking amazing. And can I also add, because you've taught me so much about this and I appreciate it. So much education that you've given me about grass-fed and things like that. Did you see that there's a grass-fed Annie's?
I didn't. Oh, I missed that.
I thought you would be excited. And maybe it wasn't at your specific store. I saw it. They have a grass-fed Annie's.
Dude, I'm so all over that. Next time I'm buying that, I'm going to look for that. Because then I know it's starting to elevate, because that's what I was concerned when I was looking at the ingredients. I'm like, it's got some milk ingredients and it would be nice if that was grass-fed at least. So cool. And thank you for, talking about that because I'm going to be honest, like sometimes like I worry about, how somebody else might perceive what I'm eating. And, and I'm just on my own journey, like everybody else, even though I'm a naturopath and I've studied nutrition for like 20 years, I'm still a human that wants to eat certain foods that feel emotional. And so I'm so glad to be able to share this, in this space with you and not feel judged and to know that it is a process and a journey into changing your diet.
Oh, that makes me happy. And I think by you sharing that and by, both of us sharing experiences, people will start to realize that everybody at some point feels judged, and maybe feels shame for what they eat or what they do or anything like that. But like, doesn't matter what our occupations are. It still comes down to the one sentence that everybody has in common. I'm human, right?
So, I love this conversation so much because it feels very freeing to be honest about food, because the other side of it is I've got people in my life that, are like, oh, you eat weird, Yasmin, or you eat just hippie food. And, they would be eating the regular craft dinner, not the Annie's. And so for me, it's so nice to have this space where we can talk about food and it doesn't feel judgy and we just show up as we are. It's like food acceptance, food freedom.
Food freedom. And I think food freedom, I love that, yes, ties in a lot to being free, having that freedom to nourish your soul. So again, I know I always say we need to find a diet that nourishes our body. I'm never going to step away from that. That's first and foremost. That's a pillar to our health. Yes. But within that, it has to nourish our souls and we have to love it.
Yes.
Period at the end of that sentence, because who wants to go through life on a nutritious diet, let's say, and hate it? And that was me at the start. I was like, well, how am I going from McDonald's, KFC, Subway, dairy milk in bed, chips every night to salads every day?
Yeah, right.
I'm going to this. I'm making comfort food delicious, as you are as well. So for anybody out there that is eating a diet that they hate, nourishing your body also means nourishing your soul. If your soul is not nourished, your emotional cup isn't filled, you're never going to achieve the health goals that you want, because health is not physical and emotional. Health is physical and emotional together. So feed your emotions in the right way.
Right? Oh, so well said. Oh, I love that. Amazing. Yes.
Thank you. So talking about feeding our emotions, what are we going to feed our emotions next week for dinner?
I have an idea.
And our bodies. Okay, what's your
idea? Bodies, right?
Yes, and our bodies, of course.
About a snack attack episode, and because I want to talk about crackers.
Stop. Snacky things, little things are my favorite things, because you can have lots of like little things, but you're right. Before I go all crazy and do like a 5-hour snack meal, do you want to just focus on like things on crackers?
Yeah, crackers, toppings. Yeah, let's do that.
Rein it in. Okay, I'm totally game. Oh, and I'm going to be so excited to talk about crackers. This is just a quick side note because I'm going to say it next week. There's so many, and I value what everybody says, but there's so many nutritionists and others out there that are like, crackers, no, bread, no, processed food, no. And I'm like, well, and I'm going to show you why my well comes in next week.
Oh, I can't wait to hear all about it.
Okay, I'm excited. All right, you go enjoy your Annie's. I'm going to finish my poutine. And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to go lay down on the couch after for the rest of the day and honor this body, nourishing it, and then helping it get well and nix this cold. So next week, I can hear you better.
Yes. Awesome. I'm so glad you're going to rest the rest of the day, because that's exactly what you need. And I can't wait for you just, feel better, be yourself, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, I'll see you then.
See you then. Bye.
Bye.